Hi, my name is Lauren, and for my interview style assessment, I'll be talking about the rhino. My first question is, tell me about the rhino and how we most likely live in a totally natural environment.
Rhinos can be classified as charismatic megafauna because they are a relatively large animal species with a widespread popularity in which environmental activists use to achieve environmental goals. The rhinos are herbivores and are the second largest mammals in the world, coming second to an elephant. Rhinos are made up of 5 different species, 2 of which of African origin and 3 Asian. The African rhino is divided into 2 species, the black and white rhino. The black rhino can weigh around 1 to 1.5 tonne and the white can weigh up to 2 tonne. White rhinos mainly live in South Africa but have also been introduced to Botswana, Namibia, Swaziland and Zimbabwe. The majority of black rhino population, which is 98%, is concentrated in 4 countries, South Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe and Kenya. Rhinos are fairly hardy animals, which allows them to survive in a wide range of different habitat types. Within their natural environment, in order to meet the demands of their diet, they can naturally be found through dense rainforests, savannas, swamps and grassy plains due to the vegetation. The black rhino has a prehensile lip that it uses to grasp leaves and twigs to feed from trees and shrubs more so than grasses. To deal with hot weather, rhinos tend to rest during the heat of the day and forage for food in the mornings and evenings. Rhinos tend to drink large amounts of water in order to hydrate themselves and cool off their bodies, although they can go several days without drinking water when necessary, so a rhino's territory must contain water. Each rhino territory ranges from about 12 square kilometres. During dry seasons they often travel farther than normal to find water, extending their territories to 20 square kilometres. The rhino has many mechanisms for their survival within the natural environment, including their size, aggressive nature, speed, horn and their senses.
My second question is, do these animals have rights? Why or why not? And how would a utilitarian determine how they should be treated? How could we find out what their preferences are, and does it matter?
Rhinos, just like any other animal, don't have much of a moral status. This can be seen through the poaching crisis, for poaching is the most persuasive driving factor in highlighting that rhinos have no rights or say. Rhinos are killed for their horns, which are sold on the black market for reasons including use of medicines to the belief that the horn has therapeutic properties and ornamental purposes to demonstrate status. Thus, rhinos have no rights or moral status. How do they have a say in being poached and killed? Utilitarian is an approach to animal ethics which is based on the idea that right and wrong are determined not by the principle or code of ethics, but by the consequences of our actions. Peter Singer, the philosopher that campaigned this approach, states, "It is acceptable to use others as a means to an end, even if such use involves taking the other's life." This means, in relation to rhinos, they are non-humans, they don't have a rationale nor moral value. In this case, from a utilitarian point of view, they would agree to rhino poaching and the black market if it benefits humans. So, for example, as mentioned, it is a possible medicine value to cure medical illnesses, such as cancer. And for this reason, it shows how they have failed to survive mankind for years. In my opinion, it strongly matters what rhinos' preferences are, for they should have as much right as we humans do and should be treated equally. Throughout the course, it has been shown that animal preferences is hard to be measured due to communication difficulties and being able to read them. However, I think they would prefer to be able to live and be raised within their natural habitat without human disturbance within their environment.
My final question is, what is the future looking like for these animals and what factors might affect their future?
Within the national parks that these rhinos are kept, there is a number of factors currently affecting their future, in which include natural disasters, diseases, poaching, which as previously mentioned is a high consistent threat, invasive species, which is depleting food sources for them, and genetic diversity, which is a high risk factor, for the genetic pool within rhinos is so currently limited. With regards to the future of these rhinos, it is highly unpredictable, which has a large dependence on what actions we as humans take. These actions can be stopping poaching, for example. There are a number of organisations which are pushing to save the lives of the rhino. Some include the International Rhino Foundation, WWF, the Asian Rhino Project, and together these organisations are working together with the aim of expanding their habitats, increasing rhino numbers and preventing poaching as much as possible.